Hello everyone, myself Dr. Sayyid Abrar. Today we will see the anterior triangle of neck. I will show you the diagram. First, it will come as a long question or part of it may become as a short note. This is one is the body of mandible. This is the ramus of mandible. This one is the hyoid one. This is the mastoid process. This is the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Area anterior to the sternocleidomastoid muscle is the anterior triangle of neck. This blue dotted area is the anterior triangle of neck. And area posterior to sternocleidomastoid muscle between sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius is the posterior triangle of neck. Again, this digastric muscle, this is the posterior belly of digastric muscle, this one is the anterior belly of digastric muscle, and this is the superior belly of omohyoid muscle. This divide the anterior triangle into 4 triangles. Okay? We will see one by one. The boundaries of anterior triangle of neck. Medially it is formed by, this is the anterior median plane of the neck. Laterally it is formed by the lateral boundary is formed by the sternocleidomastoid muscle, and superiorly or upper border of the triangle is formed by base of the mandible, and this one is the line joining angle of mandible with the mastoid process. These are the boundaries of anterior triangle of the neck. Then the subdivisions of the triangle. This digastric muscle and superior belly of omohyoid muscle, this one is the superior belly of omohyoid muscle, divides the anterior triangle into 4 small triangles. This one is the half of the submental triangle just below the mandible. This one is the digastric triangle, this one is the carotid triangle, and this is the muscular triangle. These are the 4 subdivisions of the anterior triangle. We will see one by one. Then the submental triangle. The boundaries of submental triangle, on each side or on either side, the boundaries are, this one is the corresponding digastric muscle, this one is the left digastric muscle, this one is the right digastric muscle, and this is base is formed by hyoid bone. These are the boundaries of submental triangle. This is the submental lymph node, which are the contents of this triangle. This is the apex, which is at the chin. Then the floor of the triangle is formed by right and left mylohyoid muscle. This one is the mylohyoid muscle, which forms the floor of the triangle, and the median raphe. This is the median raphe uniting the right and left digastric muscle. Okay, these are the floor, boundaries and floor of the submental triangle. Then the contents of submental triangle. The contents are 2 to 4 small submental lymph nodes, which are situated in the superficial fascia between anterior bellies of the digastric muscle. These drain the superficial tissue below the chin, central part of the lower lip, adjoining gums, anterior part of the floor of the mouth, and the tip of the tongue. And the another content is the small submental vein which join to form anterior jugular vein. Then the digastric triangle. It may be asked as a short note. Make the habit to draw the diagrams. In anatomy, the diagrams are very important. Then the boundaries of digastric triangle. This one is the digastric triangle antero-inferiorly. It is formed by anterior belly of digastric muscle. This small muscle is the anterior belly of digastric muscle that forms the antero-inferior boundary of the digastric triangle. Then the posterior-inferior boundary of the digastric triangle is formed by posterior belly of digastric muscle, and a small muscle just below the posterior belly of digastric muscle is the stylohyoid. From styloid process deep to the mastoid process, there is a one beak like process. that is the styloid process, to the hyoid bone. The muscle is the stylohyoid. These two muscles, posterior belly of digastric muscle, below it there is a stylohyoid muscle, forms the posterior inferior boundary of digastric triangle. Then the base or superior boundary is formed by base of mandible and line joining angle of mandible with the mastoid process. These form the base or superior boundary of digastric triangle. Then the roof is formed by skin superficial fascia. Superficial fascia contains platysma, cervical branch of the facial nerve, ascending branch of transverse or anterior cutaneous nerve of the neck, and the deep fascia, which splits to enclose the submandibular salivary gland. Then the floor of digastric triangle is formed by, anteriorly it is formed by mylohyoid muscle. This muscle is the mylohyoid muscle that forms the floor of the digastric triangle. Posteriorly it is formed by hyoglossus muscle. This muscle is the hyoglossus muscle, and a small part of the floor is formed by middle constrictor muscle of the pharynx. This is the middle constrictor muscle of the pharynx. These three muscles, these are mylohyoid muscle, hyoglossus muscle, and the middle constrictor muscle of the pharynx, forms the floor of the digastric triangle. Then the contents of the digastric triangle are the superficial part of the submandibular salivary gland, facial vein, submandibular lymph nodes. Just below the mandible there are submandibular lymph nodes, submental artery, mylohyoid nerve and the vessels, and the hypoglossal nerve. These are the contents of anterior part of the triangle, digastric triangle. Then the posterior part of the digastric triangle, the structures are, superficial structures are the lower part of the parotid gland, external carotid artery. This one is the external carotid artery going in the digastric triangle. Then the deep structures are styloglossus muscle, stylopharyngeus, glossopharyngeal nerve, and the pharyngeal branch of the vagus nerve. The deepest structures are internal carotid artery, internal jugular vein, and the vagus nerve. Then the carotid triangle, third subdivision of the anterior triangle is the carotid triangle. This one is the carotid triangle. The boundaries are antero-inferior. This boundary is the antero-inferior boundary is formed by antero-superior boundary is formed by posterior belly of digastric muscle and the stylohyoid muscle, and the antero-inferior boundary is formed by superior belly of omohyoid muscle. This is the superior belly of omohyoid muscle, and the posterior boundary is formed by anterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle. This forms the posterior boundary of carotid triangle. The boundaries of the carotid triangle are antero-superiorly it is formed by posterior belly of digastric muscle and the stylohyoid muscle. Anterior-inferiorly it is formed by superior belly of omohyoid muscle. Posteriorly it is formed by anterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle. Then the roof of the carotid triangle, this triangular area is the carotid triangle. Roof is formed by skin, superficial fascia, and investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. Then the floor is formed by three muscles. This is the middle constrictor muscle of the pharynx. This one is the inferior constrictor muscle of the pharynx, and this green one is the thyroid membrane. These three structures form the floor of the carotid triangle. These are middle constrictor muscle of the pharynx. In the upper part, in the lower part, there is an inferior constrictor muscle of the pharynx, and this one is the thyroid membrane. This forms the floor of the carotid triangle. Then the contents of the carotid triangle. The contents are, this one is a common carotid artery. This at the junction or at the termination of the common carotid artery, there is a dilatation known as carotid sinus and carotid body, internal carotid artery, external carotid artery with its branches. The branches of external carotid artery in the carotid triangle are superior thyroid artery. This one is the ascending pharyngeal artery, This is the ascending pharyngeal artery, occipital artery, and the lingual artery. And this one is the facial artery in the carotid triangle. These 5 branches of the external carotid artery are in the carotid triangle. Then the veins. Veins are internal jugular vein, common facial vein, pharyngeal vein, and the lingual vein. Then the nerves. Nerves are vagus. This is the vagus which runs vertically downward. And this one is the superior laryngeal branch of the vagus nerve. Spinal accessory nerve. This one is the spinal accessory nerve, hypoglossal nerve, sympathetic chain, carotid sheath with its content. These are the contents of the carotid triangle. And another content is the deep cervical lymph nodes. These are the contents of carotid triangle. And what is carotid sinus? At the termination of the common carotid artery, or at the beginning of internal and external carotid artery, it shows a slight dilatation. This is the slight dilatation known as carotid sinus. This carotid sinus acts as a baroreceptor or pressure receptor that regulates the blood pressure. Then the carotid body. This one is the carotid body, which is a small oval reddish brown structure situated behind the bifurcation of the common carotid artery. It receives the rich nerve supply. It acts as a chemoreceptor which responds to the oxygen and carbon dioxide changes and pH content of the blood. This one is the carotid body. Common carotid artery. Right common carotid artery is a branch of brachiocephalic artery which begins in the neck behind the right sternoclavicular joint. That is the plain synovial joint. And left common carotid artery is a branch of arch of aorta. Directly branch of arch of aorta. Then the external carotid artery is one of the terminal branches of common carotid artery. In general, it lies anterior to internal carotid artery. And what is ansa cervicalis? This is the thin loop that lies embedded in the anterior wall of carotid sheath over the lower part of the larynx. It supplies the infrahyoid muscle, the muscles just below the hyoid bone. It is formed by 2 roots. This one is the superior root, this one is the inferior root. It is formed by 2 roots. Superior root is a continuation of descending branch of hypoglossal nerve, and the inferior root is formed by the ventral rami of C2, that is second and third cervical spinal nerves. These forms the 2 roots of ansa cervicalis or ansa hypoglossi. Then the distribution. This is the superior root. This branch communicates with the ventral rami of C1. This is a branch of hypoglossal nerve. This branch of hypoglossal nerve supplies the muscles of the tongue. And this inferior root, that is formed by ventral rami of second and third cervical spinal nerve, which supplies to the inferior infrahyoid muscles. These are the individual branches which supplies to the inferior belly of homohyoid, this to the sternothyroid, this to the sternohyoid, like this. And lastly is the muscular triangle. This triangle just below the hyoid bone is the muscular triangle. The boundaries are anteriorly, it is formed by anterior median plane of the neck below the hyoid bone to the sternum. Posterior superiorly, it is formed by superior belly of omohyoid muscle. Posterior inferiorly, it is formed by lower part of anterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle. These form the boundaries of muscular triangle. Anteriorly by anterior median plane of the neck, posterior superiorly by the superior belly of omohyoid muscle, posterior inferiorly by lower part of anterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle. These forms the boundaries of muscular triangle. Then the contents of the muscular triangle, chief contents are infrahyoid muscles. These are arranged in two groups. These are the ribbon-like muscles. ठीक है? These are sternohyoid, sternothyroid, thyrohyoid, and omohyoid. In the superficial layer, it has general features. They are arranged in two layers. In the superficial layer, there are two muscles which are sternohyoid and omohyoid. In the deep layer, there are sternothyroid and thyroid muscle. All of them are supplied by the ventral rami of first, second, and third cervical spinal nerve. This is the superior belly of omohyoid muscle. This muscle is the sternohyoid muscle. This muscle is the sternothyroid muscle, from sternum to the thyroid gland. This muscle is the thyrohyoid, from thyroid gland to the hyoid bone. Thyrohyoid muscle. These are the four infrahyoid muscle. Then the applied anatomy. The anterior midline swelling of the neck are common. The enlarged submental lymph nodes and the sublingual dermoid in the submental region are common. Thyroglossal cyst and inflamed subhyoid bursa just below the hyoid bone are the common. This is the inflamed subhyoid bursa. This one is the hyoid bone. Just below the hyoid bone is the subhyoid. This is the subhyoid bursa. That is the inflamed subhyoid bursa. The foramen cecum of the tongue, and this is the tract of the thyroglossal duct. Like this. Okay. This one is the thyroid membrane, from thyroid cartilage to the hyoid bone. Thyroid membrane. Then next applied anatomy is tracheostomy. It is the operation in which trachea is opened and a tube is inserted to facilitate the breathing. It is commonly done in the retrothyroid region. This one is the tracheostomy tube. A hole is created. This one is the trachea. A hole is created in the trachea to facilitate the breathing. This is the tracheostomy tube. Then the cut throat wounds are most commonly situated just above or below the hyoid bone. The main vessels of the neck usually escape the injury because they pushed backward to the deeper plane during voluntary extension of the neck. The skin creases or skin incisions are made parallel to the natural creases or Langer's line. This during operation, the incisions are taken along these lines. These are known as Langer's line on the neck. Then the carotid sinus is richly supplied by the nerves. In some person, the sinus may be hypersensitive, more sensitive. In such persons, sudden rotation of the head may cause slowing of the heart. This condition is known as carotid sinus syndrome. Supraventricular tachycardia, increase in heart rate, may be controlled by the carotid sinus massage. Massage of the carotid sinus may control the supraventricular tachycardia due to inhibitory effects of the vagus nerve on the heart. The neck ties should not be tied tightly as it may compress both the internal carotid artery supplying the brain. Thank you. Thanks for watching.